Hey, I'm Aisha Love, founder of multidimensionalu.com. In 2012, I began channeling people's loved ones on the other side as a spirit medium, as well as people's spirit guides. Not because I wanted to, but because my own guides were on me to put out a shingle for the service that I didn't even know I could do. Lo and behold, the readings I did brought a lot of value, meaning, and healing to people, and I realized, oh, wait, I think I have a hidden innate ability, metaphysical ability, I didn't even know about. Many of you are the same way, and you've been being called by something greater than yourself, and you probably felt this inkling that there's something else maybe you should be doing, but you can't quite figure it out. Or maybe you just know. Maybe you know I'm a healer, but I don't really understand that. I don't identify as a healer, and you're still in resistance to it. Undoubtedly, your own spirit guides will be on you right about now to get into greater alignment with your soul purpose. Now, you can resist if you want, but take it from me and a little spirit guide humor. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. It's up to you. And by that, I simply mean what I've seen with myself and many of my clients is if we go into resistance to our greater calling, we often end up with some sort of crisis. It could be relationship, financial, or health. So I've learned to listen and to surrender to what I'm being called to do, even though I often, actually always, never really fully understand or feel like I'm in full command of the material that I'm being asked and prompted to talk about publicly and to work in as a profession. I've been told over and over again, and I've definitely experienced it myself, that it's only in service to others that the full gift unlocks. Does it take courage? Yeah, but it's so worth it. And you will feel so on purpose and deeply fulfilled in a way that you probably haven't experienced yet in life. And for those of you for whom you've stepped into this role, your purpose is evolving because the ascension process is evolving rapidly. So your mission has likely been upgraded. I know mine has over and over and over again. So, in addition to being a metaphysician and helping people align with their soul purpose and delivering these messages from spirit guides to help people do that, I'm also a multidimensional field agent and I work on big Stargate portal and grid systems around the planet and beyond. That's a video for another time. So, for those of you watching this and feeling some resonance and wondering, how do I do this? Let's talk about signs and synchronicity. This book and my Awakening Foundations course is the result of years of channeling people's spirit guides and watching this very similar message and the patterns in the messages come through. So you can grab that for 99 cents on Amazon. Love is the Foundation by Aisha Love. The other way, and it gets talked about in the book and in the course, signs and synchronicity. So you can set up a sign with your guide. You're trying to navigate and make a decision, set up a sign, let's say a yellow balloon or a butterfly. I worked with a red dragonfly for a long time. Very symbolic, but it can be anything you want. You may want to make, yeah, there goes a butterfly. Can't make it up. You may want to pick something that's fairly unusual so that your inner skeptic and all of your skeptic conditioning, programming, social programming, can't deny it. For example, when I was in denial that Thor was one of my guides, I was called to a group reading in which another spirit medium picked up on his presence, mentioned him by name, and that he was with me. Then it was around Halloween, and Thor's hammer was left in my front yard by some unsuspecting child that didn't realize they were being used by my guides to accidentally leave his hammer in my yard. That's just one of many fun anecdotes that I have that I'll be sharing on my TikTok channel here and on the YouTube channel, just to inspire you. I've had the privilege of channeling, hundreds of spirit guides, and they all could come in all different shapes, sizes, forms, and non-form. But they all have kind of something very similar in common, which is that they want to inspire you to take the necessary steps and make the changes you need to in life to stay in alignment with why you came here. Now, I encourage you for a moment just to put yourself in their shoes, right? What would it be like to be a guide tasked with keeping you on track? So you may have a little bit more compassion for the role that they're playing. And one of the things I learned early on is that staying in skeptic mode and resistance to even the idea of guides, let alone to who they might be and what they're trying to get across to you, is actually rather insulting. I was in a past life regression session with a Stanford trained MD, and one of my guides came in and really took me to task on this and said, you know, you wouldn't dream of treating another human like this as though they didn't exist. You need to stop doing this with us. It really kind of stopped me in my tracks, and I realized, wow, the hubris, right? The arrogance um, to deny this aspect of multidimensional reality that is here to assist me. And so it really helped me lower my guard. And really, what I've come to understand now was just my intellectual and cerebral defenses, trying to keep like a sense of psychic safety so that I didn't have to accommodate this massive worldview shift. We've all been raised under the Cartesian materialist worldview. And we've been taught to be in an overly objective stance, forgetting that there is a subjective dimension to our human experience, one that shamans and shamanism have mastered. You'll hear me reference this many times, just like Van Leeuwenhoek invented the microscope and brought us into an understanding of the microbiologic world that underpins our entire modern healthcare system. We are now on the threshold and actually kind of teetering beyond it. Thanks to, in part, I think, to psychedelics, a lot of people are breaking out of the cerebral jail um, to remember this greater multidimensional ecosystem of which we're a part. You'll also hear me talk a great deal about the importance of psychic hygiene and keeping your field clear. It's really, really important. I have a free daily grounding and clearing meditation on my website. I highly recommend you go pick that up. Keeping your field clear will also shift your vibration. It will make it much easier for you to connect with your spirit guides, not to mention your own higher self, intuition, and inner guidance. And in my experience, the nudges begin as whispers, but will get louder and louder until they kind of come like a 2x4 over our head so that we can't miss them anymore because we've been ignoring ourselves. Now, to give us a little bit of compassion here, most of us were taught to minimize, ignore, uh, outright deny our own emotions. So it's no surprise that it takes a little bit more, more than a nudge to get our attention when it comes to realigning with our soul purpose. So let me know how it goes. What kind of signs and synchronicities have you selected? What are you noticing showing up? And if you'd like some help connecting with your spirit guide, head over to my website, multidimensionalu.com, and you can book a reading. Have a magical multidimensional day, and I love you.